Module 2.1, so it's all about patch testing to clear up any misconceptions as well. So, while you're doing any treatment, whether it be classic lashes, Russian volume, hybrids, pre-made fans, the adhesive should not come into contact with the client's skin at all. You should not be getting the glue on the client's skin. So the lash and the glue should only be coming into contact with their natural lashes. So really that means that a patch test shouldn't really be necessary. However, the reason you have to do is because accidental contact may be made with the skin. Some clients might be sensitive to the glue. So this happens to a lot of hairdressers actually, and it happened to me when I used to do nails, and I used to teach nails. And now I'm allergic to nails, anything, gel polish, gel extensions, acrylic, everything nails I'm allergic to. So with repeated exposure, people can become allergic as well to things. And unfortunately, cyanoacrylate, which you've learned about in the last module, cyanoacrylate is an allergen and people can become allergic to it. So patch testing is necessary. So there's a bit of a hefty paragraph there, but it's necessary because of accidental contact and because of repeated exposure to the chemicals. So some reactions are quite severe as well. So there's 2 types of patch test that need to be completed. In total, it takes a couple of minutes to do a patch test, so don't be put off by it. And there are ways around it as well to make it convenient for you to do and convenient for your clients as well. So there's 2 types of patch test. So there's the fumes test. So you're not getting any glue on the skin at all. So 4 to 5 lashes should be applied to each eye. Use a shorter length because they're going to stay on. So you don't want to put really long ones on and then they've got these just odd eyelashes stuck on. So you put 4 to 5 lashes on the outer corner of each eye and leave them on. So that's your fumes test. So you leave the lashes on. The skin test is you actually apply some adhesive to the skin, not around the eye area. You should use the skin on the inside of the elbow or behind the ear. So you get a little cotton wool bud and you put a little dot of adhesive on the skin, leave it on there for 30 to 40 seconds and then remove it. So both of these tests should not cause any reaction. If you get any reaction to these tests, you can't go ahead with the treatment. So anything, redness, swelling, itching, inflammation, any sort of reaction whatsoever, don't go ahead with the treatment. So there's a couple of guidelines around the test. So it needs to be done at least 48 hours before the treatment. So you can do it a week before, or you can do it 3 weeks before or 3 months before, but it's got to be at least 48 hours before. If the client's not been patch tested in 6 months, or you've not done the treatment for 6 months, so basically if you haven't done their lashes or a patch test for 6 months, you'd need to do it again. So 6 months is like the expiry date on it. That's the expiry time. So it's got to be 48 hours before and it runs out after 6 months. It used to be a year that actually, but they've tightened in on it. So that's the expiry date on it, if that's how we're going to refer to it. So it's 48 hours before or 6 months. After 6 months it runs out. So patch test, there's a few guidelines around it just to make it really, really clear. You've also got this document as a PDF. So have a read through and there's questions on this in the exam as well. So all new lash extension clients need a patch test. So they might say to you, oh, I get them done all the time, I've had it done before. That's none of your business. You still need to do your patch test on them. So if you've not personally performed the treatment on that client before, basically that's kind of reiterating the first point. So if you have not performed the treatment on the client in the last 6 months, you don't have to do a patch test before each infill treatment. Again, use your common sense. If you did the lashes 4 weeks ago, you don't need to keep patch testing. So it's just kind of reiterating everything that we've already mentioned. So patch tests do not need to be completed if you have personally performed this treatment on the client in the last 6 months. Patch test needs to be completed on a new client, even if they have their lashes done elsewhere before. So like I said, if they say, oh, it's fine, I always get my lashes done, that won't stand up in court. So you need to have done it yourself. So when you do your patch test, you also need, when your client returns, so after 48 hours, they need to fill out a patch test form, and that is that's to declare that they've had no reaction to the patch test. So you need to keep that in your records with your client's consultation form. We have attached a copy of an example patch test form inside this course, and it should be attached inside this module, so feel free to copy our patch test form example, and make sure that you are organised and vigilant. Get a file. It's easy to be organised, but it's also easy to be disorganised and really complacent. So there's been times when I've had a client and done a patch test and they've not had a reaction to it, and then I've come to do the actual treatment and they've had a reaction, and it's at times like that I've been really thankful that I'm organised and I do my patch test. I know a lady who she does a patch test. She's a mum. When she goes on the school run, she's got her adhesive with her, and she does patch tests in the playground. So one good tip for you is try and do your patch test when it's convenient for your clients. So if you already work in a salon and you offer nails or spray tan or other treatments, when you see your clients, just say, would you like me to patch test for your lashes, so that you when you want them doing, you can just get them done straight away. So you patch test your clients when it's convenient. If you're not already in the beauty world, I'm guessing that your first clients will be friends and family. So it's really useful to patch test people as and when you see them, so it's already done. So it is worth having the equipment with you so you can patch test people when it's convenient, because it's not something you want to skip over. So they need a patch test form to be completed and a consultation form, which we're going to be covering further on in this module. So I'll see you in the next video. And there is also a tutorial inside this module of a patch test being completed.